I'm going to record this as well. Hello, hello. So tonight, I'm excited to talk about just a short little, how do you do, about what's simples and what's happening with simples. Simples are my product that I designed to make it easy to scrapbook a layout. It's kind of a cross between a template and an overlay kind of thing too. It's basically, they're funky shapes. They look like this. They look kind of like blocks, and they're in different sizes. The spaces are designed to hold photos, cropped or uncropped. Hey Jennifer, welcome. Glad you could come tonight. So with my new and you know I'm retiring from the Cricut classroom, right? So that meant I'm going to sit back and I'm going to sip lemonade and knit. I want to do that too because I really like lemonade and I want to learn to knit, but I don't know how to not do this. So I decided to do this with Stampin' Up. So I'll still teach classes, probably not as many, hopefully, although the calendar's already filling up, but they'll be different than what I've done before. So instead of paying for the class, which is what you've always done, thank you, and thank you. You have made me feel incredibly loved and allowed me to have a business doing what I love. So this has been my full-time job for the past 5 years. It's been my part-time job for 10 years. And it's time for a change. So I looked at Stampin' Up. I fell in love with the quality of the product, which those of you that have known me for a long time know I was with close to my heart before. And I have nothing bad to say about close to my heart. So those of you that are still with close to my heart, woo-ha! I'm really happy for you. There's nothing wrong. I just needed a change. I wasn't excited. I just didn't do it for me. I got bored, I guess. So it was time, hey, Becky, it was time for a change. Nothing bad, just time for a change. So it's a whole new me, except that I'm still the same size. My hair still has grays, still have wrinkles, but I'm doing something new and exciting. So I guess I only changed on the inside. And I have goosebumps when I think about this, that I get to do what I love to do, and you guys still think it's cool. So even better. If you don't know me, and you think, well, where have you been, lady? I didn't hear this before. I live in a little itty bitty town in Vermont. I have 5 grown children. 3 are married, 1 is engaged, and the other one is madly in love. And I have 3 grandbabies with another one on the way. I have an 85-year-old mom who lives a minute from me with my daughter that's having the new baby in the fall. As Becky says, yes, I have a master's degree in education. I hang my certificate on the wall every now and then. When I'm feeling really dumb, I'll pull it out just to remind myself. And I have just decided that I need more time with my family. Between the babies and my mom, they need me. Oh, I have a husband too. Poor Bert. I have this long-suffering, silent husband. We just celebrated 40 years together. He's the quiet one. I'm the one that talks all the time. So anywho, that's who I am. I thrive in my online classroom. I absolutely adore teaching. I think it's the coolest thing I've ever been blessed to do. I love making people feel comfortable doing something that seems daunting and unusual to them. And I'm now learning this new adventure of stamping. Those of you that have taken my Cricut classes for a long time, you've often heard me say, I don't like to get messy, I don't like to get dirty. And I have discovered that I can actually stamp and not get messy and dirty. So back to what is simple. Simple was kind of an awareness that has started me on this track that it's time to simplify my life. and I was thinking about how to make this computer program class that I was going to teach easier for people, and I thought, why does it have to be so complicated? It doesn't. So Simple was born. Simple is a way to scrapbook without having to think about where do things go, how do they go, what do I do with them. So Simple is your template, and your photos will fit perfectly in the spaces. I'm going to switch the other camera for a second so I can actually show you this in action. Oh, my mom, Jennifer, my mom is a retired first grade teacher. And our problem right now is that she's losing her sight, and she's really, really struggling with that. So we're doing everything we can possibly do to make her feel more comfortable. And we're getting there. We're getting there. But she needs a little more of me, which is great. I'm delighted that I'm able to be there for her. And as I said, she lives just down the street from me. Oh, I also have 3 mouthy Shih Tzus. That's Morty. He's the puppy that we got last year that I thought I absolutely needed to have. I need my head examined, but I thought he would be fun. Not so much. He's a brat. And he's barking at my old ladies who would like to just sit quietly on the couch. Okay, so this is a layout done with a Simple. Not only do the pictures fit, but the pictures also fit in the smaller spaces using these cool tools that I designed and have created for us. This is a toolkit. It's not Stampin' Up. This is mine. This is not something that they offer. These allow you to crop the photos without measuring a single thing. I hate measuring. It makes me nuts. Math is not my strong suit. I don't want to do it. So, for example, on this one, this is the template that's going to fit that space. I don't have to measure. I don't have to do anything. I just have to pop it in there and it fits, right? Okay. So now I get to decide what photo is going to fit in there. Well, in this case, I've kind of already cheated a little, and I did look at how I wanted this to look. So let me move that. You need a background paper, and you need a Simple. Simples come in SVG format, and I do have them for sale on my site. If you go to caramiller.com, then you go to the classroom, you'll see the Simple link on the classroom page. But what's changing? Again, lots of things are changing here in my classroom. I need to make this easier for me. I don't want to manage 2 websites. I don't want to manage 2 businesses. So what I'm going to do with Simples after April 1st, Simples will be available within a class. They won't be available to purchase independently. If you sign up for the Simple class each month, you will get 5 SVG files as part of that class. Oh, Shirley, absolutely. Thank you for sharing. And I hope that they pop in and tell me what they need. Shirley is one of my longtime students from Georgia, and Shirley shares Simples at every crop she goes to. Thank you, Shirley. So just a quick, and I do have a lot of this Simple class that I'm talking about that you will get Simples in will be a live class. It will also have technique classes that start things for you so that you can know what it is exactly, and I'll show you how to find that after we get done with this. So I have 3 pictures that I want to use. These are from Christmas. This is my mom with Grace, and Grace is the shining granddaughter who is the spoiled one. She's my daughter Sarah's little girl, and Sarah's the one that's expecting a new one. This is Sarah with Grace and Robbie, my youngest grandchild. And this is Sarah, her husband, and Grace. And yes, they are sitting on a little Tykes table to eat breakfast with Grace on Christmas morning. We don't spoil her at all. So in order to make these pictures fit on this layout, I need to do some cropping. And you're thinking, well, I don't want to cut these. I need them exactly the way they are. Well, the cool thing is, if you take this and you slide it around, you'll realize that you really want, what's important is not Josh or Aaron's part of their heads back here, or Sarah's big ponytail bun. What's really important and what my focus is my girls. So I put this template on here, and I, lo and behold, grab my big long scissors, and I just hold it in place and cut. There's no measuring, there's no fancy tools. It's just this clear template. And I crop my photo, and it's seriously that easy. Take my little scraps and get them out of here. And then this photo fits right there, ready to go. It's matted around it so you can see. Super easy, right? Okay, and I've got room for one more. So I can bring this picture in, and again, I don't need Bob's barefoot. I mean, it's kind of cute, but I don't need it. I could keep it if I wanted. And I got the Christmas tree, and I'm ready to crop this. Because seriously, Bob's barefoot is not the story that I'm trying to share with you. What I'm trying to share with you is that they're sitting and having breakfast with their daughter. That's the part of the memory that's cool. And that will pop right in there. Now, if I decide that I think Bob's foot's pretty funny, I have smaller, and I could grab that, and I could add Bob's foot. I keep moving it off to get my scraps not on the mirror, then you can see it. Grab Bob's foot, and I could pop that right in there. Or maybe I could put this over here. All of this is the basic, let's get your layout down. So layout's all down. Now it's time to think about where Stampin' Up! Comes in. Well, how great it would be to take, this is one of the celebration stamps. Remember, this ends at the end of March. When you spend $50, you can get one of these for this is one of your choices for a free product. Yeah, Simple will now only be part of a Stampin' Up! Class. Yes, Glenda. So what's cool about this, it fits perfectly in the Simple space. This was designed to be used for journaling or titles or something of that nature. But a stamp, super easy, again, keeping it simple, right? What about, we used this the other day, what about this one, the Teeny Tiny Wishes stamp set? Has the best little tiny sayings that would go super well with this. Something else, and I'm listing some of these so that you don't just think, well, I need a stamp. No, what about this cool punch? This gives you the label. These are awesome to add to each picture. I can also put it down at the bottom and set my picture that way. We also have this punch, which could look great like that. What about this new tag that I just got today with the decorative top on it? I'll do the other end so that you can see it. You just put a 2-inch strip in and punch. Let me trim it because clearly I don't want a double-sided punch. Awesome, awesome little tag. Glenda, if you want just a simple without Stampin' Up, you have until the end of this month to do it. After that, nope. They're going to be exclusive to Stampin' Up! Classes because I'm keeping it simple here. I don't want to run 2 websites. Selfish, but that's the way it is. Okay, so that's how that's going to go. And then you would just pop that together and you're good. This one, I took stamps. I fussy cut these little fish. Here's the circle. I punched a circle for the middle and stamped on that. These guys have dimensionals so that you can get your layout going. Let me show you for a minute where you can find this is the classroom, in case you're wondering where it went. Let me show you how to get to the classroom. You simply go to karamiller.com, which hopefully things are a lot simpler to find now. I've made things easier to move your way around, and you're going to just go to the classroom. Don't forget to check the blog, though, when you're here. All of these Facebook Lives that I'm doing I'm putting up here on the blog for you. So if you've missed one and you're not sure where they are, instead of having to go all the way back through Facebook and try and search them out, they're right here in the blog, and they will get added. Okay, classroom. When you get in the classroom, yours will look like this. And the one that I'm just talking about now, it has this layout with Grace and I. And you click on that. It does have a price. You don't have, I have to put a price in it for the classroom to be happy. You don't need to pay anything. The way you're going to enroll in this class is you're going to place a $50 order on my Stampin' Up! Site. It will be things that you will actually use when you are putting the class together. So instead of just paying for a class, now you're paying for supplies and getting the class as well. I put together a list of things that I would use if I were going to put a layout set, if I were going to do a scrapbook. But if you already have some of those things, I'm not going to say you have to order this particular paper pack or these doilies or this stamp set. You have to order $50 worth of things that you will use in your simple class. I want to make sure that you have at least a 12 by 12 solid, a 12 by 12 coordinating pattern, a stamp set and some inks. And really that's what you need. So you'll put your list of 50 things together using this host code. If you're not sure how to put the host code in, once you get in, you'll see that it goes right down here at the bottom. It says host code. That tells me that you are in this class and that you're not just ordering something randomly from me. It's that easy. The live class is going to be on the 20th, but during the week leading up to that, and I'll put the dates in later, there will be 3 classes that I've pre-recorded for you. You can watch them anytime that it's good for you, because I don't want to tie you up for 5 nights or 4 nights. So 3 classes that will help you specifically with doing the, I'm changing the camera back, that will specifically help you with how to put your simple together. Okay? Anybody have any questions about what I'm talking about or how this is going to work? It is different. Yes, it is different. I know that. But things have to get different. Different isn't really bad. I will tell you that I have wrestled with this decision for months. Some of you I've talked to about it. Some of you I've whined to about it. I've had a really hard time with it. At first I was going to stop teaching completely. And I decided that wasn't fun. And then I thought about, well, maybe I'll just teach a little. Teaching a little is kind of like being a little bit pregnant. You can't do that. Lois and Glenda, for right now, yes, you can. I can't promise you that this will be here forever. Oh, Trish, that's a great question. Let me answer the simple one first, though. I get excited when things come out. Lois and Glenda, if you go to the classroom and you click on Simples, you will see the Simples available to purchase. They are SVGs that are downloadable, and this is the tool set that I was talking about. The tool set comes with 10 SVGs. So if you want to get started using Simples, you like this idea, you have a ton of paper, you don't really need any more from me, you can definitely do that. You get the toolkit and your 10 SVGs are downloadable, and you would get that now. Okay? And then there are other Simples that are here. They're broken up into how many photos you can use. But I'm not going to be managing 2 stores for months in advance. I'm going to be doing it for a couple of months, maybe, but not for a long time. Okay, so Trish wanted to know, what if you're going to take more than one class? What if you're going to take 2 or 3 and you look at them and you come out and you're going to spend $130? Spend $150 and you are your own host, and you will get a bonus of $15 that you can purchase. So if you're going to do that, you get $15 free of whatever you want from Stampin' Up. If you're going to do that, let me know what you want, and I'll help you figure out the best way to do it. I want you to get all the free stuff that you're entitled to. So if you think that you want to take all 3 classes, now let's look back at what I have to share with you again. Lois, I can't ship Stampin' Up to Canada, but yes, I can ship Simples to Canada. If you are in Canada, you'd have to use a Canadian Stampin' Up rep to get your product. So this is what's being offered this month. There's this, my kickoff event, which is on March 31st and April 1st, is all watercoloring. Then these are the paper pumpkin classes. Then I have a heat embossing course where we're going to do all kinds of heat embossing, and that's the same kind of setup. It's 5 technique classes, 1 live. That one's on April 15th because we don't want to worry about tax day. And again, this one, here's your supply list and you are enrolled. Easy peasy. And this is using the new window shopping die. And this one's all about Big Shot. So if you don't have a Big Shot, this is not a good class for you. This is the Stampin' Up and Simple. And this is Paper Pumpkin. Okay? All right. Awesome, Lois. But yes, as far as the Simples, they can go to Canada. Anybody else have any other questions? Awesome. Well, before this snuffy nose and dry throat really kicks in, I'm going to stop